Tim Kanak with Perkins Roofing here. You can see changing wood on this house. This house behind me, unfortunately, had a ton of bad wood. We had to change the plywood around the eaves of the entire home. That's sheet like 41 and 42 on the house. That can get expensive, and it can get really expensive if someone's charging you an arm and a leg per sheet of plywood. So this video here, what I want to do is offer you, the homeowner, a warning, because the market right now is no bueno. It's not good right now for roofing. We have seen the market slow down in 2025 in general, especially in like Miami and Broward. Here in Palm Beach, it's not as bad. Doing pretty good in Palm Beach. But something to note that I have seen a lot of roofers doing is they're giving ridiculously low prices on their roof. Now, how are they doing that? What I'm seeing is people are giving prices basically at cost to do the roof. So they're coming in at really low prices, like under $10 a square foot for tile is insane. Under $6, like I saw a price for under $5 a foot on a shingle roof, which you can't even, that's not even, you're not making money if you're doing that. You're losing money per square foot if you're doing that. And I've seen metal for like $10, $11 a foot, which is also insane. So how are they doing that? Why are they doing that? They're not dumb. They're not going to lose money. I have customers that share me a lot of the contracts that they're providing. These people, these roofers, are charging like $11 a foot for fascia, $12 a foot for fascia. And they're charging like, I've seen up to $185 for a sheet of 5/8 inch plywood. But most of them are charging like $125, $155, somewhere in that range for plywood. I've seen up to $185. Just be careful. I charge $115 per sheet of plywood, and I have charged that since 2020. I haven't changed it. These plywood prices have not gone up since COVID. They've been exactly the same. They went up during COVID and then went back down. And plywood is the same price as it was in 2020, so I have not changed my wood prices since 2020. My plywood price is $115 a sheet. My fascia price starts at $8.75 a foot, depending on the size, and goes up from there. So this is where these people are making money, is on the wood. I'm not going to do that to you, because it really sucks to get a surprise bill for a lot of money that you're stuck to paying now, otherwise they're not going to come finish your roof. You get screwed. I don't like to screw my customers over. I'd rather give you the actual price of the roof with a fair profit for me, and give you the actual price of the wood with a fair profit for me that I've been charging at the same price for wood since 2020, because the price of wood hasn't changed. I would rather give you fair prices for these items instead of try to sucker you in on a low price on the roof and then screw you on the wood, because that's what people are doing. They sucker you in, beautiful low price on this roof, $5 a foot for shingle, $9.75, $10 a foot for tile. It's ridiculous pricing where they're not making money on that at all. And then they screw you on the wood, and they make all their money on the wood. Because what they're going to do is they're going to piss off those customers. They're going to get bad reviews now because they killed you on the wood bill. You have a ridiculous, exorbitant wood bill that you were not expecting. You thought you got a great bargain, you got a good deal, but guess what? They're making their profits on the wood. You're going to pay one way or the other. You might as well pay from the upfront person, the person that's going to be honest with you from the beginning, and that's going to give you decent prices across the board. I charge 10% margins on my stuff. So on my roofs, I'm making 10%. On my wood, I'm making 10%. I'm charging 10% margins. So if you want something that's even, that's fair across keel, and they're not charging 0% margins on the roof, and then they're going to charge 50% margins on the wood and kill you on a surprise bill, it's going to make you mad, it's going to piss you off, you're paying all this money for wood now, then call Perkins Roofing, because that's what these other roofing contractors are doing. There's not some magical price. I'm not way higher than everybody else. I'm making 10%. So that's a fair amount for the liability of doing a re-roof project. So just keep that in mind, that when you're getting prices, nobody's going to be more than 10% higher. You're not going to run into that. People are going to get their money one way or the other. They're just going to get you on a surprise bill on the wood that's going to shock you, surprise you. You're not going to have the money saved. You're going to have to find ways to get the money. You're going to have to sell stock or whatever to get the money. You got to do whatever to get the money for the wood. it's not fair to you. It's fair to be honest with you from the beginning and give you honest pricing. So call Perkins Roofing, honest pricing. We're not going to screw you on the wood. Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, 305 MIA Roof. For St. Lucie, Palm Beach, and Martin counties, 561-559 Roof. We also do general contracting services, painting, impact windows, kitchen, bathroom remodels. We do it all. Perkins Construction, same numbers. And you can franchise Perkins franchise at perkinsroofing.net if you're interested in franchising. Thanks for watching. Please do not be the sucker that gets screwed on a crazy, ridiculously low price and then they screw you on the wood. Don't be that person. Look at the wood per price. Look at the sheets. How much does it cost per sheet? Look at the price per foot for fascia, because people are making their bank, making their money on the wood bill.